President Recep Tayyip Erdoğan objected on Friday to the idea of a committee to monitor talks aimed at resolving Turkey's decades-old Kurdish issue, saying the process should only be conducted by the country's intelligence agency and the government. These processes are carried out by them, the intelligence agency. If the government is in charge, then the government should continue the process. That's what I think. The process should remain within its current framework, Erdoğan told reporters at Istanbul Atatürk Airport before leaving for a visit to Ukraine. Erdoğan's remarks came days after a top government official, Deputy Prime Minister Yalçın Akdoğan, confirmed that a monitoring committee of 5 or 6 people will be established to monitor the process. Late on Thursday, reports emerged that members of the committee have been named. The reports followed a visit earlier in the day to the imprisoned leader of the outlawed Kurdistan Workers Party, PKK, Abdullah Öcalan, by a pro-Kurdish People's Democratic Party, HDP, delegation. HDP sources said actor Kadir İnanır, academic Deniz Ülke Arıboğan, Human Rights Association, HD, Chairman Öztürk Türkdoğan and pro-government journalists Ahmet Taşgetiren, Hilal Kaplan, and Avni Özgürel were named as members of the committee. But Deputy Prime Minister Akdoğan cast doubts on the reports, saying late on Thursday that only those statements that are made by the government should be heeded. Erdoğan said on Friday that steps such as the establishment of a monitoring committee are of no use. These are unnecessary. I don't find them appropriate either, he said of the proposed committee. Such steps should not be taken to please certain people, he added, apparently referring to the Kurdish side, which has been pressing for a monitoring committee as part of the settlement process. The issue of a monitoring committee being established in order to observe the settlement process with the Kurds has been a controversial matter between the government and the HDP as well. Last week, following a meeting with Akdoğan, HDP officials told the press that a 16-person monitoring committee had been established to follow the settlement process closely and to visit Öcalan. Later the same day, Akdoğan denied the claim via Twitter, saying, "These assertions are entirely false." Akdoğan then said early this week that the committee will consist of 5 or 6 members and that some of these members had already been selected, contradicting his earlier statement denying plans for such a committee. Akdoğan also said Prime Minister Ahmet Taşgetiren will make the final decision on the members next week. It is not clear how Erdoğan's opposition to the idea of such a committee will affect its fate. Turkey launched secret talks with Öcalan in 2012 in an effort to resolve the Kurdish issue and end the PKK violence. Öcalan has recently called on the PKK to convene a conference to discuss laying down its arms and is likely to repeat that call in a message to be read out during Nevruz celebrations in Diyarbakır on March 21. Öcalan's Nevruz message was reportedly delivered to the HDP delegation that visited him on Thursday. HDP politician, Erdoğan creating obstacles to settlement efforts. Erdoğan's statement is likely to irritate both the government and the HDP after their apparent consensus on the creation of a monitoring committee. Erdoğan is raising obstacles before the settlement process, said Ertuğrul Kürkü, an HDP lawmaker, in response to the president's statement. Kürkü claimed the establishment of a monitoring committee had been agreed upon during talks between state officials and Öcalan and that both sides were working on finalizing the practical aspects of the committee. Now the president has made a statement on an issue for which he has no political responsibility and created a barrier to the settlement process, Kürkü told news portal Radikal. According to Kürkü, Erdoğan's public intervention in the settlement process at the expense of the reputation of Akdoğan, who is known for his close ties to the president, is a sign that Erdoğan wants to have sole control over the process. The president does not want anyone to take the initiative in the matter, he said.